quite intimate. Yeah, that's about right, boss. Yeah. There. A bit closer. Can you hear me? Testing.
Yes.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Only joking, not literally. So, my name is Holly. I'm a jumpsuit wanker. And a big les. Actually, holding this microphone is arguably the most heterosexual thing I've done in bloody years. And this has got a bit of a girth to it, so I'm going to put this bad boy where I can see it. Now, it's all right for someone, I don't know, like Wendy in Worthing, going about her day, chowing down on a Greggs sausage roll and inserting her car full of petrol, using that masculine dripping pump and putting it into the hole of her prize Fiat Panda. But that's alien territory for this raging dyke you see before you. Putting my front door key into my own home is all too pensive for me. And you can forget about roll-on deodorants. I'm all at sea without the semen. I mean, if you've ever tried to put a frayed piece of cotton through the head of a needle, that's me with a male species. It's simply not hitting. Lord alone knows I've tried. That bearded pervert's probably got a pay-per-view channel of it. Now listen, please don't read me wrong. I'm no man-hater. I was raised by a searing dad and I need shelves putting up and I watch Match of the Day when no one's looking. I just appreciate full-time social distancing when it comes to penises. They are not alright. Even going shopping is bloody stressful for me. I close my eyes and reach out my hands and touching asbestos when I look for cucumbers, aubergines and courgettes. And all for the sake of my kids. And I'm definitely not tossing them into my trolley. And yeah, you heard right, I'm a big les mum too. Yeah. Got knocked up by a Danish sperm donor. As you do. I appreciate that hand wanking gesture is probably more appropriate, but here's the thing. Can't even do that with thin air. Air guitars, not a problem. Hand wanking gestures, absolute bloody shambles. Trump's right about me. Now I find it kind of astonishing that despite me having started a family by myself, via a man I've never met, and who likely jizzed off into a pot, all for the sake of an eighth of skunk and a belated birthday present for his girlfriend, is less mind-boggling for folk than me having been raised by a single dad. The narrative, whilst I was growing up, was along the lines of, poor love, bringing up 2 kids all by himself. Probably doesn't know how to use a washing machine. But here's the thing. So my dad ran a successful business, he looked like Roger Moore, and was a finalist on 15 to 1. But sure, throw the man who has glided through life with a swooning maelstrom of women in his wake. Yeah, just everything. Give him the sympathetic bone, give him steak and chips, give him a bloody OBE. Me, on the other hand, single mum of 2, I get taken to one side if I forget about World Book Day. Again. Or if I've come on too strong again to my son's teacher, who's told me yet again she's happily married. Frigid, right? Thank you. So, listen, when I'm not coming on to women in positions of authority, when they are simply trying to work, my dating history is, honestly, it's like the entire series of Sex and the City with DVD extras. It's as though I've staggered through all the regions on the wine tours, got twatted on so many half-drunk glasses of wine that I've lost track of which ones I liked and which ones I didn't like, and I'm leaving the vineyard dishevelled and very hangover kicking in, and I've still failed to purchase any particular bottle. Is anyone here on a dating app?
Yes.
Anyone? Why haven't we matched? Calling me Minger? Calling me fat? Dean Gaffney in a week will do it for you. See me after. I get the untold, sequin-dipped luxury of getting to view women's pouting selfies whilst they're sat behind the wheel of their car. I can only deduce that they've temporarily escaped the loveless marital home and taken solace in their form one day. Alternatively, they've done their weekly shop at Lidl and think now is the time to capture their true essence, whilst Finder's crispy pancakes and Viennetta thaw in the boot. There is nothing I understand at all about the car selfie. Clearly your sat-nav has led you to a romantic dead end, and your hazard lights are clicking for all to see. No, but on a serious note, it's pretty gross and astonishing how limp-wristed people's profiles can be. Even the prompts alone. Tell me the best place to find a coffee. Winky face. Jesus. Debbie, I think you need something stronger than caffeine to help navigate you to your soulmate. It's concerning alone that you don't own a kettle or have access to the internet. But listen, pull up your chair and suck on this piece of advice. Pun not intended. If you are going to a restaurant and you're sitting there with your first date, my advice is, firstly, don't look them in the eye. Number one. And I would say that if you're splitting the bill, then there is a fat chance of a second date. If you're splitting the bill, this is code for, I would rather walk home in hailstones, empty my dishwasher, and remove poppy seeds from my teeth than ever consider sitting opposite you again. If, however, I'm buying you dinner, this is me spraying myself with Lynx, imagining myself kissing you in the back seat of a Prius, whilst trying to block out LBC radio and the fierce scent of a magic tree. I've been on the receiving end of lots of women who are basically young enough to be my granddaughter. Worse still, couples who want to add me to the spice to their bland, overcooked marriage. I'm always at the stage whereby I'm going to Tipex out my name and rebrand myself as Paprika. The jar, which you should not take from the cupboard, which is out of date, and leaves to burn. Trust me, you're better off getting off with Wendy and Worthing. Now, in conclusion, because I am gasping for a pint, yes, I'm butch. Honestly, it is exhausting being lesbian. All that tenderness, bad poetry, boobs everywhere, my tweezers going missing, conflicting feelings about being wolf whistled at by scaffolders, titillating men whilst making love to women. It's a lot. Being a lesbian is bloody dangerous. Don't try it at home. And for Christ's sake, if you do it behind closed doors. My doors, however, apparently always open. Guys often asking to come home with me when they see me kissing another woman. So sweet. I would love that. Perhaps, when I see a straight couple arguing in B&Q on a Sunday, I'll invite myself back to theirs. Could that be a thing? And lastly, to all the men in the house here this evening, I have some rather upsetting news for you. When I discover you're heterosexual, I don't automatically imagine you naked in bed with your partner. I know, it's deeply upsetting. Take all the time you need. I'll be the band. God bless and good night, and get this bloody thing away from me.